my first concerns was how do I do this in such an aggressive time schedule? And most importantly, who is my team going to be?
We began to search diligently for a great project team. We selected URS as our architecture and MEP consultants. And right in our own backyard of Saginaw, Michigan, we found the best candidate for the construction management portion, and that was Spence Brothers.
We're really thrilled that Pete invited us to be part of the team. And, you know, at the end of the whole thing, we can look back on it and say, you know, we were part of a very, very successful endeavor for one of the top companies in the country, a global company.
I felt very comfortable that we all had the same goal in mind. And the goals that we set out, being very aggressive with the timeline as well as holding to a budget, it was easy to develop that relationship.
It was so apparent that everybody was not only really truly engaged, but they were committed to making this be a winning project. Everybody
up front did put everything in place that they could, resources and tools, in order to be able to make the decisions right the first time.
We were really able to get to the details and the fundamental questions. Once we could narrow it down, there were a lot of decisions that became obvious of which direction we had to go.
When we looked at the schedule, we said there's some things that we have to do to accelerate. And one of those items that we could was using the BIM process. Using BIM to coordinate and look for clashes into the building, and so that when we put in ductwork and we put in pipe, we knew where it was going, we knew how big it was, and we weren't going to be redoing work. Well, I think it'd be hard to give the project team anything but an A. You know, I've thought long and hard about how we've done in the project and through the commissioning phase, and the excitement around the building, the quality, everything just measures up to a high quality class construction project. The design team and the construction team all had the same goal of becoming LEED certified and doing things sustainably for the environment.
And that's where our pre-construction planning really helped us tremendously, because even in the very early pre-construction planning stages, we were able to identify the suppliers, the materials, the components that would meet the end user's very stringent requirements to have a high-performing building and to be Energy Star rated and to meet the demands that nearly 1,500 employees are going to put on a building of this size on a daily basis. So that pre-construction phase and the due diligence that was done there by URS, Spence Brothers, and our development team, SSP Associates, really paid great dividends. It really tied in very well with Dow's 2015 sustainability goals. Dow certainly emphasizes that. A lot of the projects they manufacture are very sustainable. So naturally, it was only natural for us to include many of the Dow sustainable products.
Dow has a big commitment for sustainability. We evaluated other types of technologies that could be implemented in the project, and then we had to evaluate whether it was a substantial thing to do that could save energy, save time, save resources, shipping products from local suppliers as opposed from across country or even outside of the country.
There were some challenges in applying that design to not only the Dow standards, but also to our region. And we had to do some tweaks to the design, but they did a great job. And I think it's just another example of you know, really embracing what Dow wanted from the very beginning and following it all the way through the end.
Dow does have a program of driving to zero for a safety program, and we truly believe that every employee has the right to go home the way they came to work. And when they are injured at work, that takes away their opportunity to spend with their families or friends and however they want to. And when Spence Brothers came on board and we started off talking about safety program, Spence Brothers was really accepting and willing to adapt to our program, and actually it was a very good fit. They understood what we were trying to do. Construction is a very risky business. There's a lot of hazards out there, but from the top down to the bottom, the Spence Brothers team and SSP were willing to work with us, and we're trying to understand exactly how they could make that work.
Bob Sanders, I've never met a job superintendent that ran a tighter ship of managing a site. That site was the best site I've ever been on. From a safety standpoint, from an organization, from cleanliness, it was just incredible.
Hitting it out of the park was, you can only dream of that up front, but as it came to reality, at the end of it, it was definitely a home run. If I could choose this team again, I certainly would.
I think we have to recognize what Dow Chemical is doing with this building. There's over 1,000 employees that work in various business function capacities supporting Dow's global business. And many companies in today's day and age are offshoring those works to lower cost environments. And we're very fortunate to have a great corporate citizens like Dow Chemical who's actually constructing new buildings, adding new jobs right here in Michigan, in the United States. So the rebirth and the new jobs that have been created, which created the demand for this construction project, is really a tribute to Dow Chemical's dedication to the Great Lakes Bay region, Michigan, and the United States of America. The more jobs we can have here is the best economic impact we can ever hope for.